And bam, bam, bam. What is up? Welcome back to Nando Talk. It's Victory Monday because the Dolphins beat the Patriots 24-17. Tua is 5-0 against the Pats, 5-0 against Bill Belicheck, the first QB to have that record. And it's clobbered. We are rocking, and we are on top of the AFC East. The Bills lost. No, the Bills won, but they were already 0-1. So now they're 1-1. The Jets lost to the Cowboys. Zach Wilson is not that guy. They're also 1-1. And the Patriots are now 0-2, leaving the Dolphins with the keys to the AFC East. The path through the playoffs will run through us. Book that, guarantee that, because this is a new Fins team, brand new. Dolphins are on top, and I am loving what we are seeing. Completely different game from last week, where last week the defense was gashed by the run. This time we were focused on stopping that, not leaving a lot of room for Ramondre Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. Fangio switched it up, getting more aggressive. He's starting to get more comfortable with the playbook, and that's what you want to see from that level of defensive coordinator. We're seeing our offense now was not as high flying on the air as it was versus the Chargers, but on the ground this time with Raheem Mostert getting over 140 yards, a nice 43 rushing yard touchdown, completely untouched. The man reached 21.3 miles per hour or something. I literally biked 10 miles today, and I could dream of reaching 21 miles per hour. This man did it with his legs. Mostert is the fastest running back in the NFL, the only player to post a top speed faster than most of the season, Tyreek freaking Hill. Okay. You're going to hear Patriots fans who, for some reason, are unfathomably arrogant, unreasonably cocky. You're going to hear them talk about, oh, Tyreek Hill, where was he? Did he get shut down? Blah, blah, blah. No. Tyreek Hill, he had 40 yards and a touchdown. Okay. He had a couple catches. Was it a glorious game? Not really. But did he ball? Of course, still. We won. We got a touchdown. And in Tyreek's own words, we don't play for the big plays. We play to win the game. That's what this is about. And that's what I'm loving. This team is here to win. This team is going to be producing different looks on offense and defense week by week. We have one of the most creative offensive coaches in the NFL and one of the most experienced, knowledgeable defensive coaches in Fangio. What a complimentary duo. It's going to be leaving me drooling all season long. It's Victory Monday, so I'm going to focus on the Patriots game, but I'm already thinking to that Broncos home opener. I'm excited to see them and sit in my new seats for the first time. I'm pumped, but we're going to have to talk about this Patriots game a little bit first. Thank you all for tuning in. Beep up, you're a legend for coming in first. Then we got Hooked Up Joe, Victory Monday, Hawaii 5-0. I love that. It's exactly the vibe we're on. And Ruski, what is up? It has been a while, but we are here in this building. First live stream in a bit, but we'll be getting a lot more coming this week. I'll probably be going live for my preview towards on Friday, Saturday, but also on game day for the Broncos game. I'll be live streaming with the buddies. I've got my whole new little microphone set. So with the buddies, I'll be me, my 5-6 other season ticket buddies will be talking before the pregame. They'll be rotating through. I'll be sitting vibing, but it'll be a nice 30 minutes to an hour at my tailgate. So they'll be able to get a little bit more of a piece of the Dolphins action. And then in the game, I'll probably bring one of the headphones in so I can do a little round of how we feeling at halftime, maybe a little bit of interactions with some Fins fans around. It's going to be a good season, guys. It's going to be a good season. Whole lot more Nando talk coming at you hot. So thank you for bearing with me and thank you for tuning in. So without further ado, let's get back to this Patriots game. All righty, guys. On offense. Oh, wait. Let's see what Ruski says first. I want to bet for the Dolphins and Chargers. I want a free Tyreek Hill jersey, and I'm rocking the old school jersey version. That is too nice. What a great bet. I hope that was a Chargers fan who did that bet. I've seen jersey bets in the past work out in our favor, sometimes not. I do have a buddy who had to buy his Bills coworker a jersey last year, but don't worry, he got a Dolphins jersey out of this now. He's got a Dan Marino black jersey. Let's go. Let's rock. So, Ruski, congrats on your jersey. Now, without further ado, this time for real, let's get back to this Patriots game. Flying into Foxborough, no Teron Armstead, no Jalen Phillips. There was definitely a little bit of worry in many of Finn's fans' heart. Not for me, because I'm a very positive guy, but I'm delusional. I'm blinded by positivity. So, with me, outside of the norm, many Finns fans were wondering how we're going to pull this off. I'm loving this offensive line look without Tron Armstead. It's almost giving me outlandish thoughts of should we wait on Armstead? Should we not disrupt this flow? Because Tua got sacked one time yesterday, and it was this first sack all season. Okay. This weird group of Kendall Lamb, Isaiah Wynn, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, and Austin Jackson seems to be doing fine. Granted, there's some times where it's a lot to do with Tua's pocket presence and his movement. His just awareness this season is just next level. He's always been a guy who knows how to manage the pocket, but now he seems to just be a little darting around, knowing when to step up, step out, and finding those plays. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Tua, but the offensive line should get its credit as well. Obviously, when Tron Armstead gets back, he's going to be bumping out Kendall Lamb, probably, who's a great swing tackle for us. Much more confident now that I've seen what he's done over these first two games, but Teron Armstead is still Teron Armstead. Okay. Isaiah Wynn, I really like him at left guard. Felt pretty good to shove that in Bill Belicheck's face yesterday. Usually, Bill is the guy who's reclaiming former first round picks, revamping them, and throwing them back in the faces of those former teams and saying, "Ha, you couldn't make it work. I did." Now, he didn't make it work with Isaiah Wynn. We are doing it though. Kicking him in from left tackle to left guard seems to be doing wonders. And we know he can play left tackle as well. So that might help further down the line. But as of right now, I think Wynn has won that left guard job to the point where even with some fans a little worried and frustrated with Connor Williams, especially that those snaps didn't have any fumbles yesterday, but there were some missed timings. They're very fast. It just seems off with Tua. So that's a little bit frustrating. Post snap, he's pretty good for the most part. I say pretty good because there are some errors. I'm not a film guy, but you could spot them where there's some times where he's just slow with his hands. So I'm hoping that he cleans that up because I like Wynn at left guard and I want to leave Connor Williams at center. I like this configuration on the offensive line. Not so sure if it's just more familiarity with the McDaniel system or if it's even just Butch Barry's just a great offensive line coach. So hats off to you. We're good. We're ready to rock with that still. I'm excited for this Dolphins team capabilities. Offensive line is much better than I thought it was going to be personally, but Tua's improvement is also very nice. Then there's the matter that the running game seems to be doing well. Okay. Yes, we want a little bit more running during week one. So McDaniel said, I got you. 18 carries for Mostert, 140-ish yards and a touchdown, including that 43-yard touchdown. It's a great night for a running back. Wanted to see a little bit more work for A-Chain. There were some moments, and Ahmed did have a nice time as well. We're a little bit banged up in the running back room, obviously, but from what we have healthy right now, it is working. And I want to see us continue to run the ball more. We had, I think it was 50-50 on the dot, 30 passing attempts, 30 rushing attempts. And that's glorious, especially in today's NFL, which is so pass centric. Now, I'm not saying let's play old school with just run the rock down the throats. We're not the Titans, okay? But it's awesome to see that 50-50 split on offense. Wow. In a little bit, I'm going to drop the link, by the way. Scotty, I missed you the other day when I premiered my video. I saw you at the end say, when you're going on a live stream, you're the reason why I'm streaming right now. So I'm glad you hopped in. If not, I was going to have to wait to the end to give you a shout out, but you're a legend. Because of you, Scotty, I decided Victory Monday is not going to be a video today. It's going to be a little live stream. So thank you for tuning in. I'm back because of you. So thank you. I'm live. Nice to have you back. Nice to be back, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to you. Yeah, I tried to type it in the chat and then my premiere ended, so it didn't stick through. But thanks for rocking with it. I miss live streaming. I miss talking to Fins fans. I'm actually going to be dropping the link to the chat in a second. I'm just trying to finish this general overview for the first 15. So if I can finish within the next 6 minutes, I'll be dropping the link for the last 30 minutes of the show. So thank you guys for tuning in, though. Where was I? Oh, yes, running game. It's a little banged up, but I like what we're seeing. And the fact that it's 50-50, that parity is beautiful. Such a pretty little picture for this NFL team. I have high hopes for it. When it comes to the cold weather months, it'll be great to see us up that rushing usage and start relying on our run game more. Hopefully we'll have a healthier backfield then. I mean, we'll have at the very least Jeff Wilson off of IR. So it's a good sign. Okay. And I have to believe that McDaniel's going to adjust, play to the offensive strengths, whatever matches against the other team's defenses, in the same way that I trust Fangio to adjust his own defense. I love that the fact that our offense week one, hey, the passing game was working, so let's just keep throwing the ball. This time we saw advantage in the run game, so we ran the ball. We passed it closer. Our receivers were okay with that as well. We don't have divas. We have its eccentric alpha receivers who care about this team first. And I love that. Wow. Waddle, Tyreek. Waddle, I hope you're okay. Dirty late hit by the Patriots. Classic little Cheatriots. And to see Bill Belichick on the sideline saying, he was going for the ball. He was going for the ball. Come on, Bill. Stop being senile. Be a little classier. Waddle was clearly a helmet to the helmet hit. I hope Waddle's okay. He's in the concussion protocol. Let's hope he's fine for Sunday. I wanted to wear your jersey. Hope I'm still going to wear your jersey, I think, no matter what happens to you, Waddle, because you're a freaking warrior. But let's rock with it. That's pretty much how we looked on offense. I'm still happy. I still think Tua had a good day. He did have a touchdown, but Tua is first in the league in yards with over 700, first in QBR. The man is third in touchdowns, and that pick in the both of the last two games, he's thrown one pick, but they've each been trying to force something. Yes, they're dumb errors, but it's not him throwing a ghost. It's not him just totally screwing us. I mean, this Patriots one was kind of a deep shot for no reason that got picked off, but he's trying something. He's attempting to be a more aggressive, and we're winning the game. So when we're winning, I'm okay with that. Obviously, when we're losing and you're doing stuff like that, that's tough. So I digress. We're fine with Tua right now. I'm happy with what the offense is providing. And on defense, I'm a positive guy, but even I have my little worries and fears. And after that week one performance, 200 on the ground versus Austin Eckler and Josh Kelly, I mean, we rattled Herbert towards the end when we needed to. I was definitely a little nervous. But seeing us get the blitz off bright and early, Chubb having a great game, Van Ginkel, AVG, hats off to you, my friend. You were balling, feasting left and right. Line you up at the outside, please. Enough with that middle linebacker business. Van Ginkel, you are proving to be an integral part of this team, a holdover over the last couple regimes, but you are that consistent defensive pressure. Van Ginkel, keep rocking with it. Love the flow, love the game, and you're going to keep flowing. You're going to keep growing, and I'm thinking, Drew Van Ginkel, we're going to have you for a while. So let's rock with it. Keep letting him on the outside. If Chubb was able to get that pressure with Van Ginkel, I'd love to see what he can do with Phillips if they're both activated. But sprinkle in more Van Ginkel as well. The pass rush was rocking last night. Getting after Mac Jones was key. I love to see that. The linebacker play still leaves a little bit more desirable. Like, as awesome as Andrew Van Ginkel was on the outside, I could see why Fangio was experimenting with him middle linebacker. He can't cover. Okay. It's not the greatest sight out there with Baker and Long. And it's not like we're going to magically acquire a middle linebacker. It's very head scratching what's happening with Tyndall, but it's an area that's still been a problem for the Dolphins forever, and it still seems to be an issue. Just got to hope for improved D-line play and secondary play, because the linebackers aren't magically going to get better overnight. What do you guys want to see? Or do you think we can have a gem randomly pop up? It's got to be Tyndall, or if Long just activates himself. But for right now, linebacker play is still a little bit concerning. But when you've got Chubb, Phillips, Agba, Van Ginkel, Wilkins, Sealer, Raekwon Davis making plays yesterday, like, it's a crazy talented front that it masks sometimes the issues for the linebackers, at least in the run game. We got to hope that an improved secondary starts masking the linebackers in coverage as well, because Eli Apple, on and off, some good plays, some really head scratching. Xavier Howard got himself a pick. X-Man is back. You'll love to see that now that he's coming back, rounding himself into form. Might have to wear X's jersey for the home opener, man. I don't know. I was gonna wear Waddle because I wore X already in the preseason. I like to cycle through them, but hey, we got to go with it. I wore Holland last night, Tua for the week one opener. Torn between Howard and Waddle. Help me decide. But Xavier Howard did have himself a pick. He seems to be back. It's making me drool at the thought of what's going to happen when Ramsey comes back. It was awesome that on that pick, Ramsey ran with the defense. Talk about rehab. Talk about accountability. Okay, it's a far cry from what was happening with Brian Jones last year. Sorry, Brandon, I didn't mean to slander her name. Far cry from what happened with Byron Jones last year. Byron, no word for him. Nothing. Ramsey traveling with the team, running with the defense off that injury, and he's putting in that work. That November timeline seems very doable. But before Ramsey, Needham's going to come back. And when Nicky Needham comes back, we need him. The big 40 Glock. Let's rock with it. Like, we're going to be having a much improved secondary. By that time, Cam Smith might have gotten adjusted to NFL speed, so we might even see less of Eli Apple. I obviously like what Cater Kahoo's doing, but if you have Xavier Howard, need him in the slot, and then Cater Kahoo on the outside, mix him up with Apple when needed, Cam Smith rocking a little bit more as well. That's what you want to see from the secondary. And then you add Ramsey after that, and a couple weeks later, it's going to be the improvement to this defense is going to be astronomical. That's probably one of my favorite parts is not only is this defense going to get better because they're going to get more used to the Fangio system, he's going to get a little bit more creative with the play calls, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more at ease here in Miami, and just going to let it go. We're also going to see this defense just get more help, more bodies, get people back. Now, granted, there could be injuries headed down the line. Knock on wood, please, everybody. But assuming everybody stays healthy, this team is getting reinforcements. And that's what you want to see from this Dolphins defense. We're going to get reinforcements on offense too. Like I said, Jeff Wilson and Teron Arms are coming back. But this defense is only going to get healthier, especially in the secondary. Brandon Jones hasn't done much either, but he's coming off that ACL injury from last year against the Jets. So I'm hoping as the time goes on, maybe we ease it in more. We start rocking with him a little bit more. I said rocking about 100 times this episode. I apologize, but I'm hooked to the word because we're rocking and we're going to Hard Rock this Sunday. It's on my mind. What I'm meaning to say is that this team is going to get healthier on offense, on defense, and it's only going to get nicer. Exactly. I didn't even know it was going to be this early as week 5. I was hoping it was just some point in October. Week 5, beautiful, right off of the IR, pup list, whatever it may be. And that's perfect. Bebop, yes, happy Victory Monday. I'm gushing. I'm thriving. Like, we have 2 more Monday Night Football games tonight, but I'm already on a cloud. I'm 2-0, and I hope we all are as well. I get it. There were things to be concerned about. There were some things to nitpick. But when we're off at 2-0 and things are going so well for us, when I look at the landscape of the NFL and see how other teams are struggling, other teams are reeling, be it from injuries, slow starts. You look at the Bengals, okay? You look at the Chargers, and the Dolphins are 2-0. I just can't sit here and waste my energy on negativity, waste my energy on woe is me mentality when we're 2-0. Yes, the Chargers are 0-2. Yes, the Patriots are 0-2. And the Broncos are 0-2. We have not played the greatest collective of teams. But all that hype was on the Chargers for a reason. We dismantled it. They're reeling, okay? It's not my fault the Dolphins are doing so well. You play who's in front of you. And then what's in front of us is 2 wins. Coming up for a 3rd win. I am excited for this team, and I hope we all are as well. Exactly. We're winning games while there's still room for improvement. That's a Super Bowl bound team. It's very different than a team that's winning by the skin of their teeth, okay? Teams like the Lions last year who were winning by such close differentials, and then this year they're regressing to the means, okay? We are winning games by 2 points, by one score. But what matters to me is that this is a team that can improve, okay? It's showing glorious signs for potential, okay? Patriots touchdown yesterday was just a bad play. The ref should have called ineligible receivers down the field, but nope, didn't happen, okay? Sanders missed a kick, making us a little bit more nervous. We should have won handedly, okay? Sanders, a little frustrating. The blocked kick, I'm going to give that as a credit to Mr. Bill Belicheck. Bill Chicken still showing his commitment to the film and the grind. I was hearing on the Pat McAfee show that essentially what the guy, I think his name is Douglas, the guy who blocked the kick, and Belichick obviously studied the film. They know that Jake Bailey was a former Patriots punter, and that he has this tendency that before he calls for the snap, he lets out a little breath and ducks his head. Okay, and that Little tell was enough for them to supposedly know, oh, the snap's coming, now sprint. Okay. They say he didn't look at the long snapper, so don't blame Blake Ferguson. Okay. Can't even really blame Jake Bailey. He probably doesn't even know he has that tell. All right. So they got the kickoff. But the miss from 55 from Sanders, I would have rather just gone for it at that point, knowing Sanders' history, especially that you're now just tanking his confidence and kicking all is the confidence game. He already had been blocked once. I would have rather just gone for it, but he missed wide left, tough sight. But the defense held down. Okay. We did what we needed to do. This is a team that is still improving. We're styling, baby. I'm loving it. Oh, I think this offense and this defense are just head and shoulders confident, poised, and ready to roll, man. Almost said ready to rock. Super Bowl teams also get those plays. The PI penalty before half in first game, leading to 3 points. The reversal at the end of the Pats game. Years past, we don't get those calls. I agreed. And the refs, if any Patriots fan tries to tell you, oh, the refs saved you at the end, the refs were dogging us. They were flipping my flippers the entire game. All right. Left and right, they were just calling calls in favor of the Patriots, as they do. Okay. A Patriots fan complaining about the referees is hilarious, knowing their track record and history. All right. So I'm okay with that reversal. Stop forward progress. Didn't cross the line. He was off. Yada, yada. Game is won. We're 2-0. All righty. I'm going to drop the link. Anyone wants to come up and talk, it is Victory Monday. Bangarang. I think that's how I do it. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to talk, hop in. It's Victory Monday. Let's chat it up. Let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know if you're worried. Let me know how excited you are, what you thought about the Pats game, even the Chargers game, because I didn't stream for that one, what you want to see for this Broncos game upcoming, health of our players. Hopefully Waddle's coming back. Hopefully Armstead's ready. We're good to go. And hey, we are good to go and have the first guest hooked up, Joe. You know, Joe.
Howdy.
How's it going, boss?
Good.
Fins up. Victory Monday. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Doing good. Can you hear me okay? First time I've used this setup.
Yeah, sounds pretty good on my end.
Great. Man, what a great game. And that last call with the refs called it first down. They had to go to the booth. The refs were all over it when it comes to as usual, as you'd expect. So they can rest assured the refs are still on their side.
No, they were running for Papa Belicheck, man. It's multiple calls, man. Then ineligible receivers down the field, like classic Bill just bending the rules once again. But it's wild. I've never seen Patriots fans just go from so arrogant to just so whiny towards the end. It's like, come on, man. We won fair and square, okay? And the refs were still on their side. Just like you said, hooked up, Joe. We're good to rock. Like, I'm happy with that win. I'm confident.
Super happy with that win. I mean, if it was another Tua throwing the ball for 400 or 500 yards, I would have not liked that at all. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted.
Oh, really?
I mean,
you're saying if we had like no rushing yards, just like week one?
Yeah, then we're one-dimensional. I mean, we ran the ball. Our defense improved in 1 week. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the game. I wouldn't want a repeat of the last game, even if we won.
I love that. No, that's 1,000% right. If we were just copy paste, same formula, hey, we're just gonna throw on you all day, not really run the ball. 450 yards week one, 450 yards week two. It looks cool. It looks awesome, but you're right. It makes us too one-dimensional. It's too predictable almost. Eventually, there'll be a team that says we just know how to stop them, and then we'd be scrambling to adjust. I feel confident knowing that we can win passing the ball all over you. We can win going 50-50. I don't know if we can win going run heavy yet, but hey, I know we can go versatile. At least we can switch it up.
50-50 is run heavy. If you think about it, the way the NFL is now, I mean, 50-50, that's a heavy run day. I mean, if you're not Tennessee Titans, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have Derrick Henry back there, yeah, 50-50 split is still pretty run heavy by today's standards in this pass heavy league, man. That's a great point. Like, because going 70-30, like in the favor of the run, would be unheard of. Like, I really do think only the Titans would do that, unless you're like, you go up really early, really early. You go up really big, really early, and you're just salting the clock away.
Or your QB went out.
No, I'm happy with the way we won last night. That split was great. Mostert had himself a day. When I saw him just split the sea, find the hole, and get that touchdown, man, I was so happy. I was screaming. That's what you want to see from this run game.
Untouched.
Untouched. I like the O-line too, man. Like, Isaiah Wynn's doing a great job.
The coaching is doing a great job. We got the new O-line coach. They were laughing at us that we went out and got. Yeah. And man, I mean, between all the offensive-minded coaches that we got compared to, I mean, our poor players we drafted, they didn't have any NFL level coaching until McDaniel came on. I mean, the last regime, they got somebody from another position to go be the O-line coach and fix our 32nd O-line. No experience at all. I mean, poor players that we drafted. They're doing good now, though, with coaching.
Lucky for them, those who stuck around and hung on. Now they've got some real coaching. Now they've got an affair shake. You know, it's why we was saying we can't give up on Austin Jackson. He never had the benefit of great coaching for him. He's still so young, and he seems to be shaping up now. He crashed a bit to earth yesterday. He did lift up a little Judon pressures, but it is Matthew Judon, you know. And Austin Jackson, I'm still happy with him. Like, better coaching this year. They're all going to still get better. I'm happy with our O-line.
And Fangio looks like a genius going out and getting AVG back. You know, because he did it. He said, I want him, and went out and got him and made sure he came back and look at him.
He really likes him. Like, he was using him as a middle linebacker game one. This time he was lining him up outside. He's got a lot of trust in him. Like, I thought we were going to see more Ogba, but Van Ginkel took those reps that Phillips left. So it was pretty awesome to see him just getting after Mac Jones all night. When he finally, I think he brought him down, right? He got a sack. That was amazing for me. Yeah. I think he'll have a big year.
Absolutely.
You excited for the Broncos game? What? I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know which formula I'd want to see for the Dolphins, but home opener I'd really want to see 350 yards a little.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to see us just dominate every way, like just kill it with like crazy yards to start off, and then just run it down their throat and end it with like both. I'm greedy. I want a killer passing game followed by a running game that just rams it home.
Well, that's the perks of being 2-0. You can afford to be greedy. Like, it's not a divisional game. It's our home opener against the Broncos, who are reeling right now at 0-2. I'm excited. I think if we can go out there and pass all over them, and then, like you said, end it with a strong running game, really get the crowd going, really get us involved, it'll be oh so sweet, man. Like, if we do have to face Pat Surtain. So, you know, I mean, I think Tyreek Hill will be able to handle him, but it is Pat Surtain Jr. So, especially with Waddle, the concussion protocol, hope we can get crack like 300, 350 passing yards and then just ice it away with a great running attack in the third or fourth quarter. Let Mostert cook. Maybe a little bit more A-chain work as well. It's exciting. Pats did nothing on their first drive. What's up, Flock? Chilling, my friend. So that would put us up to 3-0. Now, anything from the Patriots game that you didn't like? I don't know if it's I can't hear you or if it's you, Hooked Up Joe. Oh, you're muted. That's what it is.
Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries.
First time attempting this.
Got you. No worries. No worries. Is there anything you didn't like about the game? Sometimes I'm a little too positive, so I need people to point out the downsides a little bit sometimes.
Not
None.
enough depth for Eli Apple to have to be out there at all because, I mean, man, he looked bad and they didn't have anything they could do to replace him with anybody. And that's, I mean, I know we're waiting on our guy, but
Yeah, Ramsey can't come back soon enough, man. Needham as well. Like Needham will be a huge bring back. I think that'll help us give us that depth. I don't think Apple's terrible. It's going to get to the point where it's like similar to Jesse Davis, where it's like you're not bad, you're just overmatched out there. You shouldn't be having that many starting snaps, if at all. I like Eli Apple as a depth piece. Relying on him on the outside, relying on him that heavily, just a bad recipe. Like I'm hoping Cam Smith can progress a little bit further, but if not, we're gonna have to wait till Needham, maybe even Ramsey. Apple's just too much of a liability sometimes.
can't have too many DBs.
Fangio likes those multiple looks, but I agree. Yeah, we can't have I get what you're saying. My bad. Like you can't have too many to be like we need a
Right.
big
Everybody was
stable
like, how
here.
come we're going out and getting more cornerbacks? Because you can't have enough every year.
Especially, yeah, they go down like flies, and this is such a pass heavy league. Like you need them. You need a deep stable of DBs. Aside from that, I don't
I
really think
can't.
I was
No, I
upset
can't
about it.
think of. No, I can't
Yeah.
think of anything that I was like, oh man, they really gotta take care of this. I mean, even the kicking, you put him out there. I mean, better decisions. I think that the 55-yard kick wasn't a great decision, but I think McDaniel knows that too. He
Yeah, I would
adjusts.
have rather gone for it on that point. I know it's 4th and 5. Like I know 5 yards is a big deal, but so is 55 yards, especially with Sanders' history. Like it's just asking so much from him at what point where it's like, I get it. He's getting paid a lot of money. He should be able to hit that, but he can't, or he can't right now. So why force him to? Why risk his confidence when kicking is just a confidence game at the end of the day? If he's struggling in that area, that's going to suck.
And I wouldn't sleep on the Broncos game. I mean, as far as I don't think we're going to lose, but man, you can't sleep on any team. Definitely can't be looking forward to the Bills. So, and they won't be.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want us to think like, oh, week 3's in the bag. We're on to Buffalo already, like looking too far ahead. I think this is a team that's shaping up to be a Super Bowl contender. But in order to reach that level, you have to play every game week by week. You can't let yourself get carried away by the noise. Can't let yourself get washed up in this wave and just say, hey, we're better than that. No, it's an 0-2 Broncos team. It's still Sean Payton. I don't like Russell Wilson, but there's still circles that think of him highly. So it's a team that we still have to keep our eye out for. Hungry dogs, run fastest, don't want to back anyone in a corner, and a team going at 0-3. You know Sean Payton is not going to want to start 0-3. So it's a feisty team still. I think we're going to beat the Broncos, but I don't want to think it's going to be a walk in the park.
Right. There were tons of people going, oh, we're just going to cream the Patriots. I'm like, we're not going to cream the Patriots.
Yeah, I
They're,
wanted to cream them. I wanted to
oh, yeah.
crush them, but I didn't think we were going to. Like Bill Belichick doesn't exactly let himself get crushed unless it's the Bills in the first round of the playoffs, apparently. But for the most part, Bill runs a tight ship, man. You're not going to really catch him by surprise like that. Ooh, it's an interesting question. Who is the weakest link? Connor, Sanders, or Apple? Because Hooked Up Joe, I think we're right. There's not that many glaring bad spots of the night. There's not a lot of points where I was frustrated, but if there were, these were the 3 names that were on tip my tongue. So between Connor, Sanders, or Apple, I think the weakest link is still probably going to be Apple, just because it's a depth issue, in my opinion. I think that if we get a healthier secondary, like he's the first one that is able to be fixed. So I guess that doesn't make him the weakest, but it's the one that I think is the one we need to address the fastest, I guess. Connor, I'm confident he can handle the snapping. Sanders, get some kicks underway. Let's have you kicking from 45 and below for now. But I don't know. I think it's Apple. What do you think, Joe?
I'm not worried about Connor. I mean, we saw missed snaps with in the Kansas City game. You know, I mean, they're going to happen. It's going to take some time, but outside of the snaps, he's probably the best center we've had. I don't want to say since Pouncey, but maybe, or since a long time. I mean, he's doing the job, you know, and there's nothing we can do about Sanders. So yeah, Apple's definitely the weak link. I mean, you look at all the grades and everything. It's just he had an abysmal day.
Yeah, I've got to go with Apple. Like, I don't think he's going to get cut from the team or anything, but seeing him in a much more situational sense and going back to the bench would probably be the best thing for him. I don't think we're going to magically find a better center than Connor Williams. And it's really just the snaps we've got to worry about. I don't know if we've got to have him in his little position, get down into formation and just snap 1,000 passes from here until Sunday. But I think it's something to be
Tua.
worked on. To Tua, yes.
You know, I mean, you can snap all day, but Tua's got, I mean, some of those you look at the video and you're like, Tua dropped it. I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, Tua didn't have a problem till Connor was there, but it's an exchange and they both have to be there for practice.
Yeah, it's the timing of it, man. Like they exactly right. It's the exchange, but that timing is what they're gonna have to get down by 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 reps of exchange. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully, a lot less than a couple thousand, but it's something that I believe is workable. Jason Sanders, I love if another kicker was magically growing on trees, but it's a little scarce in the NFL right now. Like the kicking is the best it's ever been, but there's also a big range in kickers right now in the league. I don't know. We haven't really had a lot of good crop of young kickers come in.
And no centers.
No centers. Yeah, no, I mean offensive line in general. I mean, everybody wants to be a tackle. You know, you get forced to be a guard. No one really wants to be a center. You know, it sucks. I'd hope we can magically find a center. Chances are we're probably gonna have to find a guard in the future and kick him inside, which is the same thing we did with Connor Williams, but dang, man. One of the snaps was to his fault. What's up, Robert? Been a while, man. Been a while. But I think it's timing wise. Some college kid hit a 61 yarder. That's amazing. I'm going to find out this kid's name. Missouri 61-yard field goal. Oh, give me the guy's name. Don't just tell me about Missouri. Thicker kicker. Oh, he's a big boy kicker. Let's go. You love to see that. Harrison Mevis. What a beast. All right, Harrison Mevis of Mizzou. We're going to share this really quick because we need to see it for Scotty. 61-yard field goal. Jason Sanders, you better get your leg up. We've got a guy coming for your job, apparently. Harrison Mevis. Mevis kick on the way. Mevis. Wow. Missouri at the moment is that was actually glorious. We're going to watch that one more time. Harrison Mevis. It is Brooks. Mevis kick on the way. It's good! There's a flag down. Missouri. What a beast. All right, so Harrison Mevis, let's go. Let's get you with a little 6th or 5th rounder. You know, I mean, Jake Moody out of Michigan did go in the 3rd round this year with a complimentary pick. That's kind of crazy, but hey, I'm down for him. 61-yard field goal. You've won my heart already.
I'm gonna drop off because I got to run. Great stream, and I will catch up with you later.
Hooked Up
Thanks
Joe,
for having me on.
a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on. You're always free to jump on whenever you want to, man. And go Dolphins.
Fins
Take
up.
care, man. Fins up. Bang. Thanks for coming on, Joe. We're probably rocking the stream for like 8 more minutes till 6:50. So it's been pretty awesome streaming again, talking to you guys in chat, talking to you guys on the links, whatever it may be. It's always a pleasure to talk with Fins fans. So shout out Hooked Up Joe. Check him out. Thanks for tuning in with me, boss. But hey, Harrison Mevis, that's a kicker for you. Scotty, thank you for that show. And now I do have a Dynasty Fantasy Football League, since 2020. The only Dolphins player I have is Jalen Phillips, IDP as well, and Devon A-Chain. So Harrison Mevis, please get drafted by the Dolphins so I can take you on as my kicker, man. That's pretty awesome. Looks like he could run it up the middle too. No, yeah, they call him the thicker kicker. I don't know how much he weighs, but he looks like a big boy. So hey, I always love me a big kicker. They're some mean weight to them. Now I'm just thinking about a 61-yard field goals, but honestly, guys, it's been a pretty great victory Monday. We were able to see the Dolphins yesterday and take the AFC East lead 2-0. Belicheck getting mad. I think the best highlight of the Patriots night was throwing a little challenge flag. So cool. For us, we got to win. So that's what you want to see. And Hooked Up Joe brought a great point. I loved that going 50-50 showed how we can be different, okay? Yes, we can win with the heavy pass formula like week 1, drop 200 yards, 215 from Tyreek actually. And then we come out here week 2 and drop 140 from our rushing game, go 30 passes, 30 rushing attempts, which in today's NFL is a lot more than 50-50. It's almost like a very heavy rushing attack. So kudos to McDaniel for being able to scheme up different offensive game plans. It makes me a whole lot more excited and a whole lot more confident for what we're going to be seeing against the Broncos. Kudos to Mr. Fangio for saying, I hear your complaints and concerns about this Dolphins defense. Let me erase them. Let me lose my arguably the best pass rusher I had week 1 in Jalen Phillips and still scheme up a great defensive game plan. Okay, still getting after the QB, still stopping passing attempts, except for Devontae Parker. How frustrating watching that man catch passes on us. But this time, stymieing the run game. And that's what you want to see. McDaniel using his big brain and his nerdiness to figure out different offensive capabilities. Fangio using his experience and knowledge to cook up different schemes to continuously give offensive coordinators different looks. This Dolphins team is going to keep other teams guessing, keep coordinators on both sides of the ball up, terrified of the nightmares that await them, as we have such a creative, such a nice freaking team. Dare I say contender? I'm not ready to say that yet. And you know me, Mr. Positive, king of positivity, always with the vibes. Super Bowl contenders are big, lofty words, though. So very proud of this team, Scotty. I agree. But now it's time to shut down Russell Wilson. And for a sneak peek of my rant and ramble, because I will be stitching up a rant from previous videos. I'm talking about from Nando Talk and from my first podcast with my boy, shout out Spencer, the Fumble Brewski. I've not been a Russell Wilson guy since 2015. I've gotten into fights, arguments. Back in college, I had with my buddies Nathan Drake, Tommy. I had a huge 3-hour fight when we pulled up on the projector, Russell Wilson highlight tapes, 7, 8 different videos, and I was pointing out all the flaws, all how this kid is just spins around, tosses it up in the air, does his Russell Wilson moon ball, and just hopes that he gets lucky. Like his Hail Mary, which bounced ricochet off a couple of players, and Brandon Johnson, shout out American Heritage Class of 16, let's rock. Brandon Johnson caught that ball. Russell Wilson wants to get saved. The NFC Championship game against the Packers got saved by his crazy defense, the ineptitude of Mike McCarthy, and freaking what? It was Curse out there. Curse just getting a magic ball. I think that's who it was. I don't know. Some random receiver. Okay. Not Golden Tate. icing the game. Okay, Russell Wilson is just a fraud, a man who was buoyed by his defense, by Pete Carroll running a great organization in Seattle, having Marshawn Lynch, one of the best running backs in this century. Honestly, Marshawn Lynch is that good. All right. Hall of Famer, if not for his antics in his shortened career. But Russell Wilson is dead to me since he threw that game-losing interception on the goal line in the Super Bowl, giving Tom Brady another ring and changing the NFL forever. All right. Tom Brady at that point in time is 2-2 in Super Bowls, I believe. 2-2. All right. He loses that, he's 2-3. Like, it's ridiculous to believe that if Tom Brady had gone maybe with a losing record as a Super Bowl quarterback, maybe his legacy starts to change. Maybe he doesn't get this much leeway in New England. Maybe he doesn't get all these free agents. Maybe the league starts looking at him differently. And who knows? That entire Patriots dynasty could have been dismantled. But Russell freaking Wilson decides to lose and choke the game to Malcolm Butler. Had everyone saying, but don't you see, Malcolm Butler is going to be a generational player. Classic Bill Belichick, always finding a diamond in the rough. All right, blah, blah, blah. From Alabama State or wherever, yada, yada, yada. Tom Brady donated him his Chevy MVP car. Oh, so cool. And then Malcolm Butler was a flop, a bust, driven out of New England, went to the Tennessee Titans, flopped there as well. He's a nothing burger. Russell Wilson, choked, a fraud. You'll blame the coordinator, a true quarterback. They was truly one of the top 5 QBs like Russ was supposed to be at the time, would have audibled the play and took in charge for himself and said, a pass? That's stupid. We're giving it to Lynch. Russ is a fraud. And when he went to the Broncos, he let out a whole tirade saying, no, Seattle's not good enough. I need to get out of here. We can't win. They're going to hold me back. Then they lose him out to the Broncos. All right. And then with Denver, he flops and fails so hard. All right. Hackett bent the knee and gave Russell Wilson the kingdom. And what did Russ do with his corner office, with his slew of trainers and staff? Nothing. Failed and imploded. What did the Seahawks do? Balled with Geno Smith. All right, Geno freaking Smith. So, Russell Wilson sucks. I hate him, and I love that I was able to get a mini rant off. And I say mini because for this preview game, I get to finally unleash and unload. My hatred for Russell Wilson runs deep, and I cannot wait for this Dolphins team to clobber and crush him. Enjoy the Victory Monday today. A glorious time for the Dolphins fans. Sean Payton, exactly. Didn't believe in Tua. We about to make him a believer. All right. You tied your wagon to Russell Wilson and you didn't believe in Tua? Ho, ho, ho. Get ready for a world of pain, Sean. You're gonna start 0-3. You're gonna see Russell Wilson fall apart into pieces in front of your own eyes. Turn into the pumpkin that he is, and you'll wonder, what am I even doing coming out of retirement? Why am I here with the Denver Broncos? They suck. You don't think Fangio's going to want to tear apart his former team? You don't think Chubb's going to want to go in on his former teammates? It's going to be a bloodbath in Miami. So enjoy Victory Monday today. We're 2-0, about to be 3-0 going into Denver. Thank you all for tuning in. Can't wait for them to tuck their tail in and run. Good evening, Nando Talk Miami Dolphins chat room. What is up? Sorry, crazy. I just saw this message and I'm actually winding down. But hey, it was a great show. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up, scroll back, tune it in, rewatch it. I'll timestamp it in a bit. But for now, I hope we all enjoyed. I'll be giving a little preview video on Friday, maybe Saturday, but I'll be streaming and I'll do a regular video as well. Best of both worlds. And I think I'm finally bringing back Tinfoil Hat Thursday. All righty. But before we rock, we're going to crush Russell Wilson. His exact stat line is going to be 17 for 39 and 128 yards. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Broncos are going to lose 13-35. We're going to clobber them. All righty. That is my way too early prediction with the tinfoil hat on, but we're loving it. Tua's going to ball. Tyreek and Waddle combining for 300 yards if Waddle plays. If not, Tyreek's going to pop off for 200. Pat Surtain's going to say, whoa. Give me some help, man. I'm good. But Tyreek's a whole nother beast. All right. Chubb's going to get 2 sacks. Phillips a sack in his return. We're going to be rattling Russ Wilson all day. He'll be on the ground 4 or 5 times. We're loving it. Loving it for this Dolphins team. So thank you all for tuning in. It is a great time to be a Fins fan. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. On the way out, you're a legend, Crazy Dolphin. Sorry for not making this a little longer. Hooked Up Joe, you're a beast for tuning in earlier with me. Gino the man, Scotty, West Virginia alum. Hey, as a man who hates Russell Wilson and hates the Jets, I am the biggest Geno Smith supporter now of all time. Last year, I was cheering with my boys, kept texting him, Geno, because the better Geno looks, the funnier and the more ridiculous it makes Russell Wilson's claims that Seattle was holding him back looks. The better Geno looks, it makes the Jets look even worse, saying, wow, you really almost derailed this man's career. He's actually not that bad. So I'm down for Geno. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Boom. Bebop. Notifications always key. Hey, as we start live streaming again, I'll hope to keep getting back to my numbers. I'm nothing crazy, but 20, 30 people could be awesome. Again, that's the goal for the next couple of weeks. But hey, up to me and being consistent. That's what I've got to follow up on. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in now. Crazy Dolphin, Bebop, Scotty, Hooked Up Joe. You guys are Robert. You guys are all legends. All right. You're all amazing. Flock, thank you for tuning in. As always, I give the longest outros of all time. I think I've been trying to sign out for 4 or 5 minutes. I just love it talking to Dolphins fans, and I can talk and hear myself speak for hours. So I hope you guys are able to enjoy. Bang Orang. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yup, no Teron, Ramsey, Needham, and Phillips, and we're still 2-0. Bebop, you're a monster. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me get the hat back on, and bam. Appreciate you all. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, check me out. But we'll be on producing more content, videos probably by Wednesday, streaming for Tinfoil Hat Thursday, and then a preview on Friday or Saturday. On Thursday, I'll let us know whether it's on Thursday for the Tinfoil Hat stream. I'll let us know whether on Friday or Saturday I'll be doing a preview video. I'm trying to do it with some of my tailgate buddies. But on Sunday, we will be doing a live tailgate at the game as well. So stay tuned for that. Bunch of stuff coming for Nando Talk. I appreciate you all for tuning in and listening to the 7 minutes of outro. You guys are all legends. Thank you for tuning in. Fins up, chins up. Go Dolphins. Enjoy your victory Monday. 2 beautiful football games tonight. Saints versus the Panthers at 7:15 and the Steelers versus the Browns at 8:15. Fins up, chins up. Now for real. Bye, and have a good one.